After a couple of rough days for the market, it seems like in the past 24 hours, things are going back. Things are finally stabilizing, going back to where it's supposed to be. Which in long-term states, that it could be, just like the community sentiment up there, be back to a bullish period, all starting with this tiny leg up down there, which could then end in something like that based on previous lows. Now we're going to talk about Sons of Ton and ongoing pre-sale that you might want to get in as well, especially right now where not just the major coins are coming back and we're seeing pretty good gains across the board for everything, but also if we look at the Fear and Greed Index, as I mentioned in recent videos, whenever it reaches the red zone, it seems to bounce back. Whenever it goes into deep orange, it bounces back. What are we seeing right now? Reach the red zone, slowly bouncing back. And that means for any sort of altcoin based as well as coins that are coming out, we see gains of about 20% more in the past 24 hours alone. And if you want the biggest percentage gain compared to current price, it's usually in pre-sales as they're about to launch but not live yet. And with Sons of Ton, we have over 8.7 million raised so far, with the pre-sale still being live, in which you get one Sons token for 1 cent, meaning if you want to be a millionaire in Sons, you would need to put in 10k of your selected currency, and then you even get 305 extra on top of that. But what is it? Why are they doing a pre-sale? What's the goal here? Let's focus on that. It's a Telegram native meme coin on the Ton blockchain ecosystem, for which we have seen quite a few things when it comes to development in the last couple of years, but not as much as there should be. Just like chains like Sui or AVAX, there's a lot of potential, but it isn't being utilized yet. Plus, there aren't really that many mascots or meme-focused things that are native to the chain. If you think about ETH, you have Doge. If you think about Solana, you have Dog with Hat. If you think about Ton, you have... we don't know yet. Nothing that stands out too much. This is also being developed by All2Scan, which is a digital currency built for community and new DeFi solutions. And since March of last year, so almost exactly 1 year ago, their pre-sale is happening. But most of the social media updates are happening within Telegram, meaning if we head over there, link for that down below as well. We are at around 159,000 subscribers at the moment, for which they also announced just a couple days ago that they're launching a $100 weekly price rate event for the Sons token. Which is nice to see, as there's, as they mention, some care for the community as they are the community. If we look at the solid proof audit, the trust score is pretty much as high as it goes at over 91%, with the team being KYC verified, no real-time threat, and no issues found in the contract whatsoever. The contract owner can't mint, can't blacklist addresses, the token can't be burnt, and the contract can't be locked. So everything is going the way it's supposed to be. And with over 1.6 million users and almost a million token holders, you can also join the still ongoing pre-sale for the first tap to earn ranking game on Telegram. Last year we covered a couple tap to earn games. I think there was Hamster Combat first that we talked about, and something like Tap Cat. And the upside of all of these play to earn games that are based on your phone, easy to get into, and most importantly, don't have an insane barrier to entry, it means it's worldwide available. Because with games like, let's say, GTA 6, when that gets released later this year, the issue with that is, unless you have a great computer, or PlayStation 5 or 6 or whatever will be out at that time, you can't access the game. You can't play it. But everybody in every country at this stage has a phone. And everybody has internet. So as long as you got that, you can access games. Some of the most played games in the world were like Clash of Clans, Candy Crush, with like 1 billion players at different stages, just because you have a phone. So it might seem like, okay, it's a simple idea, you can tap on your phone, whatever. That has way more potential to be a great game than AAA studios releasing the next game of the year. In the first phase, they used the best mechanics and references to attract an audience and increase the media weight. And as they say themselves, the game is not tied to any region and is seamlessly integrated into Telegram, which means with the Ton blockchain behind it, makes it so that anybody anywhere can use it. 3 simple steps to get the token: connect your wallet, select the amount, buy it, which also means in the top right corner, if you were to connect your wallet, in my case, MetaMask is my go-to. Connect that, you can see your current balance, select the currency as well as network. In this case, I would go with the Binance Smart Chain. Obviously, if you have a Ton wallet, everything is connected, go with that. In my case, BSC, Binance Smart Chain. We would use USDT just to make it simple. And let's say you think, okay, market is going up, doesn't seem too bad. Let's put in $50, which will grant you 5,000 tokens at a 1 cent per token valuation. That also means, if we look at gaming coins as a whole, but they have taken a pretty big hit over the past year because gaming and crypto is somewhat slowing down. It's delayed over and over. If we look at the all-time high, what can happen when there is a good game around? Then we're talking about billions and billions in market cap alone for the ones that provide the infrastructure And then for the games behind it, I think Axie peaked at either 11 billion or 20 billion, some insane number at some point. 9.3 billion up there, and that was 4.5 years ago. Now imagine gaming gets the next stage, next revolution, gaming as a whole gets pushed again, then we will see that 2.0, which can then also mean instead of 1 cent per token, they can go to like 10 cents or 20 cents. And with 80% of the tokens being for the community, only 5% respectively for the strategic support and team, and 10% for the public sale, that means the token actually has a use case and is in circulation. Which is difficult to see for other games, as it's mostly like 80% pre-sale based or for big exchanges or VCs, but not really for the economy, so much better split over here. Plus there's no vesting in the pre-sale, as 100% of all these funds tokens will be provided after pre-sale ends and before listing. And the funds are going to be used for game development, technical infrastructure, marketing, community growth, liquidity provision of course, in future development plans. You can also take a look at the contract yourself to see the exact amount of tokens created 1 year ago, February 13th. Just one thing to make sure, when you just mark all of this and open this in a new tab, it also copies and opens the dot at the end. And if you do that, it's going to show up this, because the contract doesn't exist with the dot. You have to remove the dot at the end, and then you go to the page. Just to make sure, because I noticed that myself. Now here's the thing. Tokens are going to be airdropped into the wallet, and it will take a little bit more time until everything in here launches. Here's the thing. If the market continues the way it did since yesterday, and maybe over the next couple days and weeks and whatever, and we finally see the bull run that we thought would happen over the past year, and we go to like $250,000 Bitcoin, between 200,000 and 250, then that would be the perfect time to get into the market as a whole, but specifically into pre-sales, as they have the biggest upside potential given the current price and market conditions. Now I'm pretty sure you're old enough, I don't have to tell you that it's not financial advice and you know what you should do. I'm just showing you things that you might want to try out yourself, maybe you want to play the game, and see if this all makes sense for you long term. My mindset is always, I don't care about the daily chart or the weekly chart. I care about what is this going to do over the next 2 to 5 years, so I can happily sleep at night. And if it makes sense for you, then links to everything in the description down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then,